Hello, I'm Lindsey Abbott from Shimmy and Groove Fitness in Chelmsford. Thank you for joining this Keep Essex Active YouTube page, and thank you for joining me for the Tuesday midday seated mobilising and energising activities. So if you joined me last week, you will be familiar with some of the actions that we're starting with, and then we're going to progress by adding on so that we have a continual sequence today. So starting with both hips equally planted on the base of your chair, making sure that your chair is nice and stable and that you've got a high back, and if you wish to lean back for support, then do so. Ideally, both your feet will be anchored parallel on the floor, so knees and hips are equal and toes are in line with your knees down below. So we start with shoulder rolls, always coming back to these really basic mobilising activities so that you can feel loosened and energised, particularly if your work day has changed so that you're not as ergonomically set up as you might usually be. Shoulders back and down, reaching them up towards your ears and then back and down, releasing any clicks and crunches. Provided there's no pain when you do this, the clicks and crunches are simply releasing any toxins and air that is built up through your joint capsule. So keeping your belly gently lifted towards your spine, take your arms out wide to the side. A gentle circle using the top of your arms. Hands are gently flexed at the end of your wrists. And then if you can, look to the side, mobilising the upper back and through your neck, look to the other side. So keeping that belly button pulled back, lifting through your pelvic floor, thinking about having your belly button towards your spine and feeling that you are lifting away from the chair within the centre of your body. Well done. Bring those arms forward. So now gently reaching, stretching one arm forward at a time, keeping the shoulders relaxed and down, keeping both bum cheeks grounded and keeping your feet parallel placed on the floor. You're reaching and visualising a stretch forward, keeping your gaze out across your space so that your spine is lengthened. So this is opening up through the upper back, allowing your shoulder blades to gently extend one side and then the other. Fabulous. So back to the shoulder rolls. Mobilising and loosening. You should notice that as we do the second set, you may get a little bit more range of movement as that synovial fluid goes into the joint capsules and allows that mobility to develop. Again, being mindful of that lift through the centre of your body, then take your arms out to the side, shoulder height, hands flexed, small circles forward, thinking about pushing your hands as far as you can away from the centre line of your body, opening across your chest, challenging the upper back, but not creating any tension in your neck. So keep that circle going. Look to the side and look centre. Look to the side and look centre. Give me 4 more. And centre. 3. And centre. 2. And centre. And last one there. And centre. Bringing those arms forward. Gently reach and lengthen. Imagine someone's pulling your middle finger away in front of your body. Keeping your shoulders back and down, your abs pulled back, so you're stabilising through the core. Your gaze is out along across the space that you're working in, and you are feeling that you are opening across your upper back, gently reaching one arm forward and then the other. Great, well done, and release that off. Now, everything around the upper part of your body should feel nice and loose. So we're now going to start to work down through the trunk of the body with a rotation. So So I'm going to scoot forward slightly. My legs aren't particularly long, so you want to make sure that your feet are grounded. So if that means that you scoot forward to halfway through the base of your chair, then please do so, keeping that lifted feeling through the centre of your body. One hand coming across and opening to the side, coming across and opening to the side. Your gaze comes with you. So you're mobilising, stretching across, but allowing a bit of a rotation to engage through the obliques and to loosen any tension that is being generated through your lumbar spine area. Again, both bum cheeks stay grounded, your knees stay parallel. Okay, so we're going to do the same on the other side. Keep the elbow high. Take the arm across and rotate. Now becoming aware of how one side might feel slightly easier or looser than the other. It's perfectly normal to have one side that feels a little bit stiffer than the other. So as again, there's no pain, there should be no pain with any of these actions. If you're getting some clicks and crunches, that is simply the toxins releasing away from your body. Great work, and relax that there. Okay, so now we're going to take that stretch upwards. So we're coming up and then out. Elbow in, up, gently tilt your head, stretch and lengthen the arm above and out. Elbow in, stretch and lengthen, and out. Elbow in, stretch and lengthen, and out. Now, be mindful of having this grounded feeling. Shoulders are back and down, wide open chest, the hips are grounded. Let's go with the other side. Lifting up and lengthen the arm. Lifting up and lengthen the arm. Lifting up and lengthen. Bringing the elbow in towards the side of your ribs and then stretching those hips and ribs away from each other. Great work, lovely. So let's see if we can do the crossing over with both arms. Cross and open. Cross and open. So you'll notice that I'm alternating arms across and then a big swoop. Squeezing my shoulder blades back and down. Opening across the upper back, squeezing the chest. Opening the chest and squeezing the upper back. Still feeling really grounded through both hips. Still feeling lifted through the centre of my body. Shoulders back and down. Imagine someone's pulling, again, that middle finger to middle finger across your body. Squeeze and open. Should feel like you're really loosening and opening through the front of your shoulders. Good job. Give me one more there, please. Fantastic work. Lovely. So again, the arms should feel heavy, but you should now feel a little bit more loose through the front of your torso here and starting to mobilise through that lumbar spine as well. So we're going to continue with that rotation. Steady and controlled in your actions. Shoulders back and down. Take your left hand behind your chair. Keep your feet and hips parallel. Take the right hand across and look away over your shoulder. And then come back to centre. Take your right hand behind. Keep the body tall. Keep the shoulders back and down. And turn. And come back to centre. Take it to the side. And bring it back. And to the side. And bring it back. So we're opening through the chest. And then we're rotating side to side. Allowing that lumbar spine to be stretched and released. Allowing the obliques to be contracted. So we're working through the core muscles, through the abdominal wall, and then release back to those shoulders. So everything should be feeling looser, and you should be feeling a little bit more mobilised, upper body, and again, no pain. Any of these actions, any pain, please stop. Any clicks and crunches without pain, those are good. They mean that we're getting some mobilisation. So let's go with thinking about lifting up tall now. So shoulders, stay back and down. Think about your shoulder blades being back towards your ribs. Lift your arms, stretch and wiggle those fingers as far as possible. But that sense of lift comes from the centre of your body rather than shrugging your shoulders. So my arms are not up here, shoulders are back and down, arms are stretched, wiggling the fingers, being lifted. Again, imagine someone's got those middle fingers and they're pulling you up away from your chair. Bring the arms round and bring them out in front. Give me that pull and push feeling that we had at the beginning of the session. Keeping that mobilisation. Notice how you may have started to be able to rotate just that little bit further. And if you can, make that action bigger by pulling your elbow back beside your ribs so that your hand comes back narrow like an arrow. Okay? Side to side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms here, then coming up. Shoulders back and down. Have that grounded feeling. Give yourself a little wriggle and get back into that position. Feet are parallel. Arms are high. Shoulders are back and down. Wiggle those fingers and have a sense of lift through the middle of your body. Lifting tall. Pulling the belly button back towards your spine. Feeling lifted through the centre of your body. Bring the arms round and bring them out in front. Grounded through your hips and knees. Feet are planted on the floor as we start this gentle pull. So we always start with a range of movement that is shortened. Find your own pace for these actions. Check that your shoulders stay down away from your ears. Then make that action slightly bigger. Add that slight rotation through the centre of your body. Bringing that elbow back beside your ribs and bringing the hand just beside your chest. Great job. Give me 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then shake it off. Release. So hopefully those feel really good. Okay, so again, just check, are you grounded? Check, have you pulled back through your belly? And check that your shoulders are back and down. Let's go with the elbows out wide to the side. That cross and swoop, and then taking the arms high, combining those two actions. So crossing over, opening and squeezing the chest, crossing over, opening and squeezing the chest, arms up, get that lift, wiggle the fingers, find that grounded feeling, gently wobble the body from side to side, hips are grounded, belly button lifted, shoulders back and down, bring it back, taking the arms across, pulling back, squeeze your shoulders, take the arms across, squeeze the chest, squeeze the shoulders, lifting up, set the shoulders back and down, set the hips back and down, wiggle the fingers, take your gaze up slightly, keep your shoulders back and down, and then bring it round to the side. Let's go with the stretch, lifting up, hold it here, bringing the arm round and bring the arm forward, bring it back in, lengthening up, bringing the arm round, bringing the arm forward and bringing it in. So we're stretching and lengthening down the side of the body, we're opening through the chest and then we're bringing it back. Adding on, layering these activities making sure we're being kind and gentle with our body, but making sure that we are taking the fullest range of movement that we possibly can that feels good for our body. Find your own range of movement, guys. So lengthening up, take it wide and bringing it round and bringing it in. So lengthening up, my bottom is still grounded, I'm still anchored through my tummy, I'm still lifting, visualising that lift, the ribs coming away from the hips, stretch and lengthen, arm wide, arm coming in and back together. We're still lifting here, fabulous work, great. Do that again, lift and out and round and in. Fabulous, fabulous stuff. So that should all now feel like you've grown slightly. Feel like you're restacking your spine, every vertebrae. Bum cheeks are grounded, abs are engaged, shoulders back and down. So now we're going to think about the lower part of our body. You've still got that core engagement. Your feet are parallel on the floor, strong through the centre. Now, holding onto your chair if you need to, or just having your hands on your legs, or just having them beside you. But if you're having your arms down, please focus still on that centre being lifted. We're going to do a march. So we're simply lifting each leg. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah? Now, that sense of lift through your tummy is super important so that your thighs and your hip flexors are doing the work, but they are scaffolded by using the centre of your tummy as well. Your shoulders are back and down. Again, you've got your hands on the side of your chair if you wish, or they are lengthened beside you, whichever you prefer. So I'm gently lifting one knee away from the floor. Lift and lift. A seated march. Okay, and then relax those there. Now, scoot back. Make sure that your bottom is right at the back of the chair. Again, if you joined me last week, we did this activity. It's the leg extension. We flex the foot. We're isolating through the quads, the muscles that go over the top of your thigh bone. So we are isolating, we're flexing the foot, lengthening out, one at a time, keeping everything stacked through your centre and shoulders back and down. Again, if you're working from home, these are great activities to do just underneath your desk, even if you're on a conference call. Nobody needs to know that you're doing them, but they will make you feel so much better. Again, no pulling through your knees. You should be feeling that you're working into your thigh muscles, but as you're extending your leg, the back of your hamstring lengthens, the back of your knee, down into your calf and into your Achilles, because we've got that flexed foot. Great, so let's go back to that seated march, scooting forward ever so slightly, having that sense of being stacked through your vertebrae, nice and anchored through your middle, and we are marching. So your legs won't come very high. Isolate through the centre of your body and then find a rhythmic pattern, lifting your legs into this march. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Find your own pace. Why not crack some music on in the background while you're doing this as well? And maybe tune in to the rhythm. So whatever is going to work for you. But again, thinking, what am I doing with my body? Abs are strong, shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted, and the legs are just coming up away from the floor. Sitting back. Second set, being stacked. Those leg extensions. We lead with a flexed foot and coming back down. Lead with a flexed foot, Fantastic. So 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Lengthening through the back of the legs, a steady pace. Again, you find what works for you. Lengthening through your hamstrings, through the back of your calves and into your Achilles. Feeling long in the back of the leg and isolating through the front of your thighs. Those quadriceps, the 4 muscles that protect your femur at the top of your leg. Super important, as they also help to stabilise through your knee joint as well. If you've got strong quads, then you will be able to mobilise your knees that little bit more. Find your own range of movement and your own pace, as we said before. Great, so we're going to combine those 2 actions. So slide forward ever so slightly. Make sure that you can feel both feet equally planted on the floor. Check your alignment. Knees and toes are in line. Knees are in line with your hips and you've got that stacked spine. So I'm going to lift my right leg, lift with the knee, then lengthen the leg. Then the same on the other side. Okay, so if you want to, hold on to your chair. We must make sure there's no slumping. So think about being stacked. We don't want any tension through your lumbar spine, but we do want that internal corset of lifting through your core. So right leg, a march and then a leg extension. So we lift and then we lengthen. A lift and down and lengthen. Lift and down and lengthen. Lift and down and lengthen. Lift and down and change sides. Lift and lengthen. Lift and lengthen. Fabulous. Lift and lengthen. Be mindful of pulling back through your tummy. No dipping through your spine. Staying stacked. Great work. 2. And last one. Lift and lengthen. Okay, so we're going to do that again. 4 on this side, 4 on this side. Thinking about being tall, thinking about working and keeping that warm glow that we've now got through our thighs. So we go right leg, march and leg extension, march and leg extension, march and leg extension. Change. 1 and lengthen, 2 and lengthen, 3 and lengthen, and 4. Great work. So we're going to break that down into 2 and 2, and then we'll go with alternating. Check that you don't lose your core during this momentum. Make sure that you stay nice and strong. Let's go. 2 on the right, 2 on the left, then alternating. 1 and lengthen, 2 and lengthen, change. 1 and lengthen, 2. Alternating, we go right knee and lengthen, left knee and lengthen, right side knee and lengthen, left side knee and lengthen. Keep going. 1 and lengthen, fabulous. 2 and lengthen, 3 and lengthen, and 4 and lengthen. Beautiful, well done. So hopefully now your legs should feel warmer as well. So I'm just going to put all of the actions that we've done into a little bit of a combination, a little bit of a routine if you like. So check that you are balanced, check that you are lifted, check that you are parallel, and let's go. Shoulders round. Super work. 4, 3, 2, and arms out. Shoulders, flexed hands, mobilising through the shoulders, keeping the body nice and tall as always. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Elbow wide, cross, open the door, cross, open the door, cross, open the door, cross, change sides, elbow wide, open the door. Keep the body lifted, keep the shoulder down, away from your ears. Fabulous. Both arms coming forward. Reach. Gentle rotation. Keeping the elbow close towards your ribs, bringing the hand back towards your chest, keeping the chin and the chest up, keeping that openness through your upper back. 4 and 3, 2 and 1, reaching up and round and centre and in. Staying down with both hips on your seat, reaching up, opening and pulling it forward. Lift, out and forward. One more like that. Lifting up and open and forward. Change sides. Lifting up and open. Forwards. Stretch and open. Forwards. 2 more like that. Keeping the hips level. Keeping the abs nice and strong. Fantastic. Lift, open and in. Now, lifting up, shoulders back and down. Wiggle those fingers. Wiggle through your middle. Shoulders back and down. Reaching high, anchoring through those hips and through the shoulders. Arms coming wide. And the march. Go right leg and left leg. Right leg and left leg. Give me 4, 3, 2. Combine the march and the extension. Right and lengthen. Left, right and up. Go up and up. Fantastic job. Just 4 more here. 4 and lengthen. 3 and lengthen. 2 and lengthen. And then cross the arms, stretch, wide open across the chest, stretch, wide across, like you're presenting yourself at the end of your session. 4 more, squeeze your chest, open through the upper back, lovely, and release. Thank you so much for joining me today. So I'm Lindsey Abbott from Shimmy and Groove Fitness in Chelmsford. Join me again next Tuesday at midday for a further seated mobiliser and activities.